What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive here with the next Patreon attackers video. And our first attack comes to us from over at the Paltry Pekkas. And we have a Jonathan taking out their number one with a beautiful Golem attack here. Check this one out. Everything, in my opinion, is almost perfect as far as deployment. Troop composition, it's just great. It's just a wonderful attack here. Drops down this one minion. Gonna take out some trash buildings, that army camp included. That's gonna help his troops not wrap around here. He wants to get in here, get this queen taken care of, get an AD along the way, and he's gonna get it done very nicely. The queen is down. The wizards are creating the rest of the funnel. There's the jump spell. They're all gonna move in very nicely. It goes ahead and rages them up. Honestly, probably didn't need that rage, but it does, propel everything forward. Gets that queen dead, gets the air defense dead, the poison down for the CC troops. The queen steps up and gets in range of that rage, helps her take that down. So all that is just melted, just tore through. And here comes the lava hounds and the balloons. Again, look at the deployment on these balloons. I mean, the numbers, everything is just right. The timing. Remember when I told you guys so many times that if the balloons are cutting across the center of the base, that is perfect timing. That is perfect deployment. And look at what they're doing. They're going right to the core. They're getting those Teslas. They're getting those hard to reach defenses that are really designed to stop that. And he's raging, he's hasting. The air defenses are down. There's only one left and has those nice back end balloons. I mean, he literally had balloons for every defense he could target. And these balloons are cutting right through the core of the base onto that next expo. And from there, it is all over but the crying. That Archer Tower has no chance with that Lava Hound tanking it. Look how many balloons he's got left. He's got nice pup coverage. A little bit spread out, but he's going to get everything focused up here in just a moment. And that is a very, very good 3-star by Jonathan from the Paltry Pekka. So we'll fast forward to get to 3 here. Nicely done right there. A few more buildings and boom. All right, guys. Moving on to the next attack. All right, our next attack comes to us from over at Excelsior and Gator doing some work on their top base again. Coming at it with a nice Govaho here. And I really like this one because he quakes open the core and gets a pretty good chunk. I mean, he maximizes this quake right here. You'll see stretches as far as it can possibly go across that center of the base there. You'll see in just a moment, starts dropping those down, and it's going to get that compartment opened up. It opens up, I don't know, probably what, 70% of the space or so, something like that in the middle. You see right there, good placement. Gets all the way across that gap. It's as far as you can possibly stretch one right there. But he does it, gets it opened up, and then I like that because he has a part of the base that he can really get access to very easily, and the part that he can, he queen walks a pretty big chunk of it. Now, I kind of would have rather seen his queen walk go to the north here, but it does work this way, but there's just so much HP there. If he went to the north, he could have got all the way up to that Archer Tower. That's up there about 11 o'clock, and there's very, very little HP to slow down his queen or anything like that. But I think he wanted her to sort of join up with his main force. So I understand the plan. I just think I would like to see her just kept separate and done her own thing and got a lot more defenses out of it, in my opinion. Because there you see she's getting onto these storages, and she's going to be able to get onto that Archer Tower and then wrap her way around. Here in just a moment, he's going to start in with the main force. Coming on the right side, he's going to drop those golems in, those wizards, create the funnel, and then wall breaker in. Now, he's going to have to beat through one of these walls because again, he stretched that quake spell as far as it could possibly go. It did not open up that next compartment, but he has a rage. He has those Valks. They're going to beat through that wall pretty quickly, even with it being a lava wall. But you see what I mean here? The queen this whole time pretty much working on storages for the most part. It does get some defenses taken care of, but you see right here, the king, the golems, everything moving in, the Valks put down. Now there's nowhere for them to go. I mean, they're going to go right in. Beautiful funnel created. Now the queen's working on that wall, so she didn't actually join the force anyways. Till much, much later. So again, I would like to see it go north. But there's the rage. There's the heal for those Valks, making sure that they're going to get through. You see the Lava Hound in the CC. Here come the hogs sprinkled in. It's on these outside defenses that the troops can't quite get to. And unfortunately, these Valks decide to beat on walls instead of actually just going through that opening and getting to that expo and on into the base. So a little bit unfortunate there, but still a beautiful attack. Look how many hogs and Valks are still up because of that great heal placement right there. Really, really nice. Got 4 hogs still in the bag, and he literally does not have to deploy anything else. I mean, he's got that, makes a little bacon, but still doesn't really matter. Those Valks and the king are going to get through there, clear that compartment out, and there's only a few defenses left. So nicely, nicely done. We'll fast forward here. Gator just absolutely smashing that base out with a beautiful Govaho. As soon as we get the 3-star here, boom, we will move on to the next attack. All right, as always, I am back at Chaos Hammer. I always like to stop by, see what these guys and girls are doing. And speaking of girls, right here, Jojo is grabbing this first attack and doing it with a Govaho on this Town Hall 9. Now, it's not a high-level Town Hall 9. It's very early. You see the Queen's just level 2 there. But really what I liked about this was the way she broke the base down. And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if it was a much higher level base. I think she would have still gotten the 3-star because that Quake spell right there actually opened up both compartments that contained the double giant bomb sets. Does a nice job of dropping in the golems, the wizards, creating the funnel. You see the troll Tesla there in the corner. And, obviously, a cleanup attack drops the king on top of that. Sends them right in. As everything starts getting cleared out of the way, you see the queen is starting to engage here. The golems have busted into golemites, but the wall breakers coming in and get it opened up, so that was nicely done. The funnel is nice and wide. The king and queen are definitely going in, and here come the Valks moving their way in as well. King's out front, taking most of the aggro. She does not have a poison spell, so that's to do it the old-fashioned way. Just deal with it, and then wisely drops that heal spell right there. You see the Valks already getting onto the first double bomb set. So once that goes down, obviously she's going to start sprinkling these hogs in, setting them in nice and slow, letting them take out a few particular defenses, and let the core still continue to develop. You see the Valks sort of split here, but right here, that one started to hit that cannon. That's where the location of the next giant bomb set is. But the large group of Valks are up top. They're still doing their thing, still doing a little bit of tanking. But the heal placement was on point. The deployment of the hogs was on point, which made it very easy. See how she came in on the right side there, triggered those bombs one at a time, which allowed her to heal right through them, get healed back up, and finish off these last few defenses. So very nicely done by Jojo. We'll fast forward through as she winds up that 3-star. And as normal, we have one more, and it's actually from a different war. So let me switch over to that. I'll be right back. All right, the next one is from this war against Legion Olympus, and Cosby doing the work here on their number 4, much higher level base, and he has obviously the higher level heroes and troops as well. I really like this one. He takes this base apart and he gets so deep into it with his kill squad. You see, he did bring 9 Valks of his own there, dropping down a few giants, some wizards behind it, creating that funnel. Just making sure that everything's going to go right where he wants it to. Drops those wall breakers in, opens up that compartment, and then from there it's time to spam those Valks in. He did bring even more Valks in his CC, so those are maxed out. Going to just tear through this base. You see they clear out this large compartment with the queen in it very quickly, drops the jump spell down and the poison for those CC troops that start coming out. But the poor skeletons and the witch there, not going to be much of a threat against those Valks. Heals them up, and you'll see in just a moment they get to this first double giant bomb set. Goes ahead and drops down the jump spell to let that king continue working his way through. There you see the double bomb set. Tesla farm pops, no problem. Just drop another heal spell on those Valks. They take that jump, they wipe it out. Look how much of this base, guys, has gone. Another giant bomb triggered there. He hasn't even deployed in his hogs yet. Now he starts sending the hogs in, and obviously they're going to work their way around. The queen is coming around as well. Going to help out, sends a few hogs in on her side to just make sure she doesn't take too much damage. Make sure he's got her for cleanup. But man, just tore this base apart. Last few hogs coming out on the top there. He almost targeted every defense that was left with hogs. So as you can see, nothing is left at this point. The Valks are still going. The wizards are going. The hogs are going. The heroes are going. Or the king is down, but the queen's still going. Man, just massacre. Awesome job there by Cosby. We'll fast forward to the 3-star and move it along to our next clan and next attack. All right, our next attack comes to us from AA4 Warplan and Nataboy69, doing it with the Valks as well. You see this a lot at Town Hall 9, and this is more of that internet-style base that you see people say that are actually harder for a lot of them than the anti-3-star bases. Now, this is not a fully maxed defense base, but still, it's just the style. And if we've talked about it before, if you can get those Valks into these cores, you can see that core in there. Obviously, a double giant bomb set possibility in the core. Then you know you can eliminate that. You can eliminate the queen, all those big threats, and then your hogs are pretty much safe. So you'll see right here, sends those golems in, the Valks get in. This heal spell right here was unneeded with that rage because the Valks get out of the heal pretty quickly because of the rage. I think the rage would have been sufficient on its own. Could have set the heal for later, but it does get the job done, clears that core out. Another reason that the heal wasn't really needed was because it was a lava hound in the CC. Then the hogs come in from the top. You see a couple of bombs already triggered there. And then right here on the bottom part, you'll see another set get triggered in a moment. Does lose a few hogs to it, but not too bad. Heals up right there. Here they come. The bomb's going off. Sort of at the same time, the kill squad triggered one. The hogs triggered the other. Everything gets healed back up that made it, and then they go up to the top to finish it off. So really nicely done. Keep everything nice and compact. We've talked about keeping those heal spells on your hogs if you can get double duty. Heal on Valks and hogs, it's even better. Wizards around the outside for cleanup. Very easy. 3-star for an boy. Just absolutely smoked it. Had tons of troops left over. Just took that base apart. Didn't have any trouble with it whatsoever. So good job, boy. Moving on to the next one. All right, our next attack, I stop over at the OneHive Patreon clan, the clan that all the patrons put together. We do wars over there sometimes. You guys have probably seen the recaps on. Just another perk for the patrons that support me here. And we have Fizdara taking on their number 3, and this is actually Danger Donkey. You guys have seen him on the channel before. I'm assuming this is alt count or mini account, doing it with a nice Govaho, opening up the core with the Quake there. And as you can see, that's going to open up a huge portion of this base. It's going to allow him to get to all of those double giant bomb sets, the Queen, the CC troops, the King. Everything that's important in this base is going to be accessible right there in the middle. So all he's got to do is funnel everything in properly, and he's good to go. Sends that that golem down. The wizard's behind it. Another golem, more wizards. Creates that funnel. He says the wizard's a little bit wide for where he placed his golem, and loses a couple on the edges there. Sometimes that happens. You just got to be a little bit more careful on that. But from there, sends in the wall breakers, opens up the compartment. Now they can get all the way to the core. He's got his Valks moving in there. He sends a few in just to, I think, test out. Sends the rest in right here. They all head in. The CC troops coming out, so he's going to just wait and let those take that damage and get past them. Once they go down, drops the heal spell, make sure everything is looking good and healthy. The Queen's coming over. She's engaging. They do have access to that core. You can't hardly see it there because of the archer tower, but they walk right in, take the Queen out. The Queen and King are hanging back, sort of just moving through the base. There's a couple of hogs sprinkled in from the bottom there. Another heal for those Valks down there to keep them nice and healthy while they're dealing with those Teslas and archer towers and all that point defense. They're tanking for it while the hogs move through. You see the King and Queen up there. They're going to get right here finally into that double giant bomb set, the first one. And on the left side, you'll see just a moment a barb runs over and triggers one of those giant bombs. So boom, that was a nice little barb there, taking one for the team. Hogs moving their way around. There's only one bomb left on the map, and he is going to get it triggered here in just a moment by these golemites that are walking over. Besides that, everything is pretty much just running through the outside of this base, taking out all those defenses, pops that Queen's ability, gets that last expo as those golemites do get that last giant bomb. And from there, it is just cleanup time. So nicely done to Fizdara or Danger Donkey, hanging out over at the Patreon clan and getting things done. Awesome job. Let's move on and check out one more attack. All right, our last attack. And what am I doing at OneHive? Oh, well, it's because in our arranged war with Reddit Omega, one of my patrons, you know him, Brad Piff, came over. He was in the war and 3-starred one of our own Asterix there with a very nice attack, and we're going to watch it go down. My patrons are everywhere, even in the range wars that we have here at OneHive. Dropping the Giants in out of the CC, some of his own. The healer's right on there, a nice HGH here, and I guess you'd call it an HGHL because he does have some balloons that play a nice little role in this attack as well. Drops the poison onto the Queen that greatly reduces her damage coming out so that the Giants and everything can just beat through this wall, not take too many losses, and the Wizards step up. They take out the Queen before they even get in there hardly. The siege troops coming out, drops the jump spell, drops a nice poison for them, drops a rage spell for those giants, just wants to keep them moving forward, let them do the tanking, let them pick out some of these defenses, because especially raged up giants, that many of them, they can do some serious damage. The healers have kind of peeled off and gotten onto the King, but if he's doing the tanking, that's all right. You see one of the balloons there and some hogs coming in from the top as those giants make way into that first giant bomb they trigger. From there, just letting the hogs sort of work their way around. He's got 2 more heal spells. He's got 8 more hogs. The King and the Queen are just now getting into that core, really. He is taking massive losses on his healers here because they're in range of 2 different air defenses, but the hogs make the core. The King triggers that last giant bomb in there, and now on the outside, more balloons, more hogs, everything just taking out defenses so quickly. They're going down. Only a few real threats left here. The archer towers, the cannon, the Teslas, and that is that. The Queen is still taking out that town hall. Has her ability, though, so she's going to pop it right there. Boom. He goes down, takes out that Tesla, and with that last heal, he ensures the 3-star as the hogs take out those last few defenses. Very nice attack, very nicely done. I hate that he had to do it against OneHive in an arranged war, but awesome attack, Brad. Piff. All right, guys, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this the selection of attacks this time. If you want more information about how you could be featured on the channel, check the link in the description. Go to the Patreon page and check it out. Till next time, Jake from OneHive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.